Hello everybody. I actually wasn't planning on making this video. I need to tell you guys something I heard a comedian say. Then I looked it up and it was true. It's an African American woman, and you can actually find her. I'm about to post the comedians in my community page. They're extremely funny. You go long enough, you'll find an African American woman with very short hair, very short. And she is very intelligent, and she's giving off some good information while being comedic. Did you know that Amelia Earhart did not fly the plane when she flew around the world or when she took her flight? And in actuality, when they say Amelia Earhart was the first woman to fly across blah blah blah, it's because she was a passenger, and the person who actually did it wasn't as marketable as this white woman. So when I first asked Google, I said, "Did Amelia Earhart first fly her blah blah blah?" Google said, "Yes, she did, but blah 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 blah," and in small letters, not her first flight. So then I reorganized the question and I said, "Did Amelia Earhart fly the historic, iconic first flight where she was the first woman to fly across blah blah blah?" And Google said, "No, she wasn't." Then it started to give her accomplishments and all this other stuff. But she was an accomplished pilot and blah, 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 blah. Okay. That's only the beginning of what I want to talk about. I'm going to give you guys some food for thought. And why I try to tell you guys to my best ability not to be racist because it doesn't mean anything and it's pure buffoonery. Watch this. Do you know who Kim Kardashian is? One of the most popular, famous white women around, whose brand grows tremendously by the day. Do you know who Kim Kardashian's father is? Why is this important? Why is this funny? Kim Kardashian is praised for being a beautiful white woman. They mocked Kanye because of his song, he Gold Digger. He Leo asked for a white girl. I ain't seen she go do. You remember that song Kanye made? When I tell y'all to love each other and to stop being fucking mind fucked, it's because a whole generation of people, will hate the Japanese and Johnny Cochran for helping a black. Y'all don't understand the hatred in this generation of OJ and Johnny Cochran for reasons y'all probably can't comprehend. But the fact that Kim Kardashian is one of the most popular white women, which I'll call her a white woman on the planet, I think it all comes together in full circle. I had no idea about Amelia Earhart. She was talking about a couple people in history. She was basically joking about she did all these amazing things in life. The comedian. And she said she would hate for her legacy to be if they're talking about her like 100 years from now. It would be interesting to know that she went to the beach 100 times, but never stepped into the water out of fear. And she was like, if that was on a documentary of my legacy, I'd be pissed. And I think about it, history is just jokes to me. It's all. I'm gonna make a statement, and understand what I'm saying when I say this. Certain people want there to be like a great white hope. They want there to be like this like paradise heaven zone where like whites. And I need y'all to understand that there has been a lot of propaganda brought forth, and a lot of the truth has been hidden. And so, a lot of times, you guys hear me talking about stuff like matrices and kingdoms of heavens and shit like that, all these, it's because I'm talking metaphorically, and I'm talking from a place, from a spiritual matrix. And so, if I was to say in one video, hell isn't real, and I go, oh, they're going to hell or it's a spiritual hell. It's because I'm taking away from the cosplay realm that has been created by people with mental illness. And what I have done was I used hell for a metaphor of things that cause me hell in life, or may cause other people hell in life as they venture down the line. You guys keep seeing random influencers, random streamers, random basketball players, random movie stars, random people all the time getting rich or famous, or we all do the same shit like sheep, but they pick one person out of a bajillion people like it's random. While half these stores still open, but nobody shops there, but they're booming and haven't failed like all the rest of these mom and pop shops. It's money laundering, dude. Everything around you is basically an image. All right, and with this image, you hear people all the time say, I was doing this first, or I shared this meme first, or I did blah, blah, blah. Why aren't I? Because what you're seeing happen is some elite or some king or some rich somebody has family or kids or something. And what you're starting to see is proximity of the people who are actually in power, but are on the low. You guys be seeing all these. They just said Floyd Mayweather is going broke. They said Tiger Woods is going broke and lost it all. All these different people. They said Jordan was gambling and the only reason he got money now is because of 50 Cent was losing it all, but he sold vitamin water. Dr. Dre finally has money once he sells. Y'all, these people are not rich like y'all think. And the type of, because you got to imagine, okay, I'm going to give you an example. You're not one of these special families that I talk about that really John Core Books talks about a lot in his videos. And what I'll say to John Core Books is, I think the problem is, John, what you're doing is, and I appreciate what you do, you're trying to literally save the world. And when I say that, you're doing good with the all the law and stuff, but the problem is you're like there all the time. Like, I'm just gonna give the all the law and they're gonna get it in. You have so much knowledge and information, but a lot of times I feel like it's undercut by the all the law. And so there's times I watch your video, I'm like, okay, this is John, and you will name a couple elites, their family line, all this type of stuff going on over here. Man, I gotta pause your video, go to Google, find out this person's related to this, research, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? How does he know all this? And that's the information. Like, it's good that people need to get to all the law, but you know a lot of secret stuff that people don't know. You have family in these places. And it's good to try to rip people out. But a lot of times, what I think when I see people giving like scriptures or still giving is, we've had that. We've had a time for that. We've had the prophets. It's time for you. It's time for this. Like, I have many different people that counsel to me. And a lot of times when they give me scriptures, I can use it as wisdom. But what I want is them to tell me stuff. Them. Like, when a pastor comes up, there's pastors that come up and don't say nothing about the Bible and just tell me stuff. And it's like, holy shit, they're wisdom. But then there's other pastors and preachers that'll say this scripture, that. You're not doing nothing for me when you do that. I have that fucking book. This isn't towards John at the moment. I'm saying when preachers and pastors and holy men and Christians do that shit. John, you are brilliant. You are an investigator. You are like, if the rest of the world were bots and AI, you'd be like a master Terminator. But you remind me of the guy on Shark Tales. You remind me of the shark that when they were eating dinner at first and the little shrimpies, he said, please, sir, don't. And that's what I actually like most about you. You're very kind, and I don't have to think about survival when thinking about you, because I don't know what any man's capable of. But what I'm saying is, John's a kind person. And so, with that being said, you know so much, and you have all of this, and then I can see you're so empathetic and you're so caring because of what you went through. You like try to throw out the solution to everybody. And it even says, don't throw which is holy to swine. And when I tell you that, I'm just not just saying a dead letter. That's just an example. So for me, that's a testimony for me, the word, and I believe our spirit. Like, I believe you agree with that. You don't always want to, like, you sending these appeals, I'm glad you did it, but it infuriates me because they're mocking and ignoring something that's beautiful. And that infuriates me. But at the same time, we all have free will, and I have to remember that just like how the children that really need help and be dealing with all these medical illnesses that people could constantly donate to, they give to these racist, bigot, goofy streamers and stuff, or they give to, I don't know. So, essentially, what I'm saying is, I love when John Court gives me like knowledge and stuff about all kinds of stuff, but there's so much hidden wisdom that I need. Hidden wisdom, because these elites hide this stuff, but there's so much stuff that I want to know that stuff. I want to know more about you. I want to know more about the stuff that you know. I know about the all of law, and I love you for it. It actually changed my life. And when I heard you say "don't cause harm," it made me realize, dude, I'm not, because I'm gonna tell you why telling me not to cause harm, and that's what really matters. Changed my life, because I don't know what other people go through when they're locked in something. I call it Stockholm syndrome. Uh, I felt like I was doing evil all the fucking time. Constantly sweet to people, constantly kind to people. I was in my imagination like, this tally for God, this tally for the devil. I cursed. I said, I was doing all that shit. And over time, I started to realize how fucking, and Dan too. There's many people that helped me, and Carl. But what I'm saying is that kindness helped me out a fucking lot, and I'm thankful for it. But I like them gold nuggets, bro. You got some wisdom up there, and I appreciate you for it. You, all my friends and family. So the reason why I give a lot of these videos is to try to teach people about common sense and learning and understanding. And not that I have answers, but I like to, like they'll say, the straight path is narrow and the holy path and all that, the narrow path. But the problem with that is a lot of times we've been presented a path and told it's holiness. And then the only way to get off that path is you gotta flee from her, my people, and think for yourself. Create my path. And that's hard to do when so much manipulation from the dead letter exists. And so, if you guys like watching me, I advise you guys to watch somebody named John Cord books also, because I give you the fire, but I think of him like the holy water. He's very kind, very friendly and forgiving. And that's what Jesus was in the first place in John. John didn't go, oh, Pharisees, let's have tea. He said, you brood of vipers and snakes, who warned you of who I am. But he also gave kindness and love and taught people to be happy and forget, So, figure it out. Because when learning about Amelia Earhart, it then led me to think about Kim Kardashian and how somebody can change their entire image and look like something, but they're not. So yeah, Kim Kardashian's mother is something. She looks Syrian or Turkey or so, I don't know. But then y'all be interested to know who her father is. And why this is all so funny. So hilarious. People are so desperate to create great white hopes that they don't even know that they're making immigrants and minorities famous because they're white passing and then forget where they even come from.